A lot of people have asked us how people are using the heat map tool. A lot of people have been using the tool to find potential partners to build their housing if they're builders or developers, companies to invest in or acquire if they're finance experts, customers for building products and materials, software and equipment, things like BIM software, also like the manufacturing equipment or robotics that you would see in a factory setting as well. And certainly all of the different products and materials you would see, like wood and insulation and metal and other things that you might see in a structure. People have also been looking at it as their offsite providers to see where there might be gaps in availability of services throughout the US, so where they might want to launch a new location. By default, when you look at this map, all of the options on the bottom for all of the different types of pins on the map are automatically selected. Now, if you're a builder or developer and say you want to find a turnkey provider in your area, you could just unclick everything on here and then reselect the component manufacturer and install. So those are the folks who actually build components in the field and help install them at your job site. So this is the most turnkey solution that you'd be able to get on that front. Now you can see here that if you're in Louisiana and Alabama and some of these areas down here, you don't have folks that fit into those orange pins. There, I would suggest that you go back and say, look at component manufacturers and also add to that mix the, for whatever reason, it's not working right now exactly. You're going to want to end up with the component manufacturers and the certified framers both clicked. In this instance, I re-clicked all and then unclicked everything that I didn't want. That seems to be a momentary glitch that we'll take care of, but you really want to have the component manufacturers and the certified framers installed. So you could see in those markets where you didn't see anybody who did a turnkey solution, in there you can see that there are a lot of component manufacturers here, and there are also some certified framers who might be able to work with you. And again, those certified framers are folks who the SBCA has as part of their Framers Council. So they've proven to be successful in implementing components and installing them in the field. So it's kind of a good housekeeping seal of approval if you're not able to find a component manufacturer who can do the installation for you on site. Now, if you are ready to do modular, which is a good idea in some markets, particularly cities that are tighter, it's easier to get some of those the modules delivered and installed rather than trying to bring trade contractors and so forth into that space with raw materials. You might want to go back to the map and then click on the modular and the kitchen and bath pod manufacturers. So if you're looking at this and you see, well, I know of more modular manufacturers than I see on this map, again, these are folks who aren't delivering direct to consumers. They're folks who would actually be working with home builders and developers to deliver housing. So there are certainly more modular companies in the US, but we've done the due diligence to take out those who deliver direct to consumers or who are only working in the commercial space. So that's the 411 on how to find a specific type of company in your market. All right, so if you're looking at the heat map and you want to take a closer look at a particular market, the easiest way to do that is to use the zoom function. So I'm in Pittsburgh, so I'm going to zoom here and I'll show you another market as well, just in case you're not in Pittsburgh with me. But I'm able to zoom in here and look at Pittsburgh and the surrounding area, and you can see there's quite a bit of activity, in particular when you get to Eastern PA and the Washington, D.C. area. But you can again tell that there are a number of these orange pins that are component manufacturers and installers. There are also some modular companies and component providers and certified framers. So we've really in this area got everything that's on the map. Once you're here, again, if you want to focus and zero in on a particular type of provider, you can just unclick some of these buttons and choose which one you want to take a look at. So right now I'm looking at the component manufacturers and installers. And if I were to click here, I can get more detailed information on that company. So this is a Superior Walls and it's Collier Foundation Systems. There are some instances on the map where maybe a company has acquired another company. So we've tried to keep both of those names of the original company and the acquisition in the listing as well, so that it's easier for you to find. But when you go into a listing, you'll be able to see that there's quite a bit of detailed information. There's a link to their website. There's a listing of notes on the company, a bit of an overview description. We also show you what kinds of services they offer. So in this case, they offer design, manufacturing, and installation. Their primary structural material is concrete. We also have wood and metal providers. And then there's a phone number for them. And if we had an email address for you to contact them directly, that would be there as well. And you can also go up into this right-hand corner of the listing, and you're able to print all of the details here. So if you want to print the details for this provider, you can do so by clicking on that button. And then on the bottom, you can actually use this. You could actually pull this up on your phone, find a provider, and get directions. This is connected to Google Maps, so it would give you driving directions from your current location. So that's one area. And then again, if you want to look at another market, it's super easy to just re-click everything, zoom out, and I'm going to just zoom down to look in closer on Florida. We were there a few weeks ago before we couldn't travel anymore. But there are a number of providers down in Florida as well. And it's the same kind of deal. You can just click on one of these component providers. This is Central Florida Truss. And the information we were able to gather on them is on this listing as well. And in their case, we do have the email address. So that's how you can zoom in and find more information on a particular company.